This is 5 things you need to know about Dhampir's Vampiric Bite. Number 1 is the Vampiric Bite uses your Constitution modifier for its attack roll, both attack and damage. This is literally the only attack in the game that uses Constitution, and it really enables builds that are usually mad or multiple ability dependent to be far reduced in the amount of attributes you need to invest in, so it can help out a lot of specific builds. Because everyone wants to put some points into Constitution, this allows us to avoid doing our aggressive stats like strength and dexterity and put them more into Constitution, and so Constitution becomes an aggressive and defensive stat all at the same time, saving us some crucial points. This isn't always an upside though, because a lot of features call for specific things like dexterity or strength. We can't use them. An example is Monk's martial arts. It specifically says we can do strength-based attacks as dexterity attacks if we meet certain criteria. This isn't a strength-based attack, so we cannot use it as a dexterity-based attack. Now, grain of salt here, because when martial arts was written, there was no such thing as a constitution-based attack. So rules as intended might intend monks to be able to do it, so this is a good thing to talk to your DMs about. Another feature outside of martial arts is actually Barbarian's Rage and Reckless Attack. Those also call for strength-based attacks, and so the Vampiric's Bite cannot be used there. Number 2 is Vampiric's Bite heal based off the amount of piercing damage it deals. Now this means if you can increase the piercing damage, you can increase the healing. So things like crits, Hunter's Mark, or the Piercer feat can all increase the damage your bite is doing and thus increase your healing. I haven't made the build, but I guarantee there's a build out there that focuses on doing many attacks with your bite with Hunter's Mark to increase the amount of healing you can do really quickly. These numbers can get theoretically pretty dang high. You can take a Barbarian to level 20 and you can be on average whenever you're critting healing 20 HP. Considering you can do that 6 times when you're at level 20, that healing quickly becomes 120 HP on average. And if you're raging, that kind of goes to 240 if you're facing someone who's using bludgeoning, slashing, or piercing damage. Now, if you haven't seen our Dham Tanky build, it's a Dhampir tank that uses this concept to its advantage. I suggest you check it out. Number 3 is Vampiric Bite fails the Bag of Rats test. Now, warning, we are getting into some gimmicky territory here. But what if you're holding a great axe? You don't really want to be spending your action to bite when you could be doing more damage with your great axe. So something you can do outside of combat is have a bag of rats that you can use as portable health potions. You just use your Vampiric Bite on them, kill them, and heal from it. Now, if you have enough rats, you can do this over and over again until you fish a crit. Once you fish a crit, you get extra healing from it. So there you go. You have a bunch of portable health potion rats. You can also do this to enhance your skill check, which includes an initiative check. So if you think you're about to get into initiative, you can pull out a rat, suck out its life energy, and now you can have a bonus to your initiative, which can be very powerful. So I will say that this is gimmicky and I would limit it. It makes no sense for a vampire to be able to suck out a rat's blood who only has 1 HP and get more access than the amount of blood you sucked out. So I would cap it to the creature's maximum HP. That's the amount that you can enhance your healing or abilities for. That's the way I would limit this. So even if you did 20 damage on your hit, you would only gain the 1 HP back. But that's just me. Number 4 is the bite gives you advantage when you are below half HP. How we get the most out of this is by being comfortable being below half HP. So the more HP we have in general, the bigger our pool is going to be on the other end when we're below half. On top of that, things that are going to keep us alive even at low HP, things like high AC and great saving throws are going to be a huge boon for us. This all pushes us towards being more martially than not. So if we're wanting to do a Vampiric Bite build, martials are going to be far better than casters at it. And number 5 is, as mentioned during the Bag of Rats, we can enable our skills. This allows us to do some pretty interesting things. Think about a barbarian who's notoriously not very useful outside of combat. All of a sudden, you can bite your teammate or even yourself, enhance it, and all of a sudden you can do crazy things like just no history. You can get a crazy boost here. Again, talking about the level 20 barbarian, we could get a plus 20 to whatever skill check we want, and all of a sudden we know history better than our scholar does just because we drink some blood. It really allows us to do more outside of combat and has some interesting implications about what the sucking of blood actually does for us. Pretty cool. There you go. That is 5 things to know about Dhampir's Vampiric Bite. I wanted to get into some more of the niche situations with this because I think there's a lot of interesting implications here between rules as written and rules as intended, and just some interesting things we can pull off with the bite. And with that, we are D&D Daily. We release new D&D content every single day. So if you love D&D, this is your spot. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next one. Later.